for joining me. This week we are talking about Jonah Berger's 5th step to creating contagious content, and that is practical value. And for this video I wanted to do something where I can give people information but also learn at the same time. And so I decided to talk about my 2 dogs. Our older dog is a little over 1 year old, and our puppy we just got a couple weeks ago. He's 2 or 3 months old. And with our older dog, we got her later in life, so she already knew basic commands, she was house trained, and I didn't really need to do a whole lot to train her. And I've never trained a puppy before, so this time around it's a lot more difficult. We're in the process of training him and getting him housebroken, and it's just a lot of work. So I watched this YouTuber named Zach George, and he is a dog trainer. He has a lot of really good training tips for dogs, but the one thing that I noticed is that in a lot of his comments it's either, hey, this didn't work for me, or you didn't give me enough detail, or the dog that you're working with isn't crazy like my dog. And everyone has complaints, and of course every dog is different, so not everything works the same for each dog. And I wanted to try to train my dog but give you guys some tips on what works for me and what didn't work for me from his videos. Alright, let's go. So the first thing you want to do when you're training a dog is to let them get all of their energy out. And I took the audio out of this first clip because the TV was too loud. It looks really violent and aggressive, but I promise it's not. It's just how they play. So the next step he talks about is getting your dog's attention and rewarding them for responding and knowing their name and coming when you call them. That ended up being a pretty easy step for us because he loves food.
Really slow motion if you haven't done this before. Most people tend to go too fast like this, but really what you want to do is go super, super slow. Look at that. See that?
So again, Chico was never really trained and he never knew how to sit still, so I was really surprised at how quickly he caught on to the sit command.
See if we can teach Bruno how to lie down. Sit. Good. Again, we're gonna do the same exact thing, and we're gonna go nice and slow, just like this. Yes, I'm gonna reward there simply because he moved his front foot forward. I'm not gonna insist that he does a complete lie down immediately. Number one.
Lay. So we never really got the hang of the lay command, and this happened for a good hour and a half where I was trying to get him to lay down. I even tried to get Blitz to show him what I was trying to get him to do, but it never really worked, and he kept moving his back feet and almost doing a handstand, so yeah, it's okay. So that was all the training that we did today, and as you can see, some of it was really successful and some of it wasn't. I think it just takes a lot of patience and time with your dog and getting to know them and figuring out what works for you. So I guess the biggest thing that I would have to say is don't underestimate how smart your dog is, because I honestly didn't even expect him to get the sit command today, but he did on the first try, and he actually ended up just doing that even afterwards, and every time I would call him over he would come and he would sit down. Anyway, I know that didn't go as planned, but there you have it. Some dogs, like the one in the video, they take to direction really well. They know how to be trained. Some take a little longer, but patience and time you'll figure it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.